What's up, guys? It's been a while, hasn't it? Hey guys, welcome to Craig's Game Room. I am Craig. It's been a while since I've updated the channel in general and also done a PlayStation Vita pickups, and I've now like doubled the size of my Vita collection. So I figured it'd be a good time to give a bit of an update and show what I got as I build towards the complete North American PlayStation Vita set. I have kind of slowed down on it a little bit again after buying all this stuff because one, it wasn't cheap, and two, because I'm getting really close to finishing my Game Gear set, which I'll do a video on once I get the last 10 games I need. And then after that, I'm gonna go probably full on into Vita because I love it, and it just keeps getting more expensive and hard to find things, and that scares me. My PlayStation 5 just turned on its own. Terrifying. Alright, so starting off, I'm gonna go with the big box stuff because it just takes up the most room. That I could help alleviate some anxiety by getting rid of some clutter on my desk right here, because I put all my stuff right here about a week ago, and I was like, all right, this will encourage me to film, and then it didn't until now. But it's a beautiful Saturday morning. I'm in a good mood. Just had a delicious breakfast. Let's look at some Vita games. All right. First up, we got, I'm gonna do my best to pronounce this, Utawareru Mono, Mask of Truth. Now, as far as I know, second game in the series. This is a big box special edition that comes with a pillowcase. So that's something. It is by Atlas. I'm a slut for anything Atlas, so I was excited to get this one. I got this one from Amazon. This was a fairly cheap game to still get brand new, and I had some Amazon rewards points, so this one, along with one of the other games I'll be showing, is what I got with those points. And this looks like something that'd be fairly down my alley, at least gameplay-wise. Everything else kind of looks just okay to me, but I'm still undecided if I'll keep this sealed or open it up, just because it's in fairly good condition, but there's the first game I'll be showing. Next up, this is a game I have played, even though this is a sealed copy. This is Ys Origins for the Vita. I downloaded the digital copy of this game, and I really enjoyed the game, so I decided that when I was going to get the physical copy finally, I decided that I would go with the special edition, even though I'm not going for like every special edition. It was only a few, like maybe $10, $20 more to get the limited edition sealed on eBay when I did get mine, opposed to just a regular copy, so I figured why not. I still haven't decided if I'll open this one or not either. I probably will, just because I don't actually know what's inside of it, so it'd be fun to check it out and see, because this is probably one of my favorite Vita games now. It's an excellent action role-playing game. I'm not super familiar with the Ys series in general. I know we're getting 9 later this year, so I might jump into that. Might play a few more games before 9, I'm not sure yet, but this is one that I think I could recommend to everybody. I've been told it's not the best place to start story-wise, because I guess it kind of answers and spoils things in a few other games, but personally to me, when something comes canonically first, I don't ever see the problem starting there. It might make reveals in other games less impactful, but it's what happens already, so I don't know. I'm fine with starting here, and a good game that I think everyone should check out. Alright, next thing, this is not a game, but I got a box for my Vita. A local game store sold this to me for $10. It's just it has the empty box, all the paperwork, it just didn't have the system. But it even had the download code for the game and everything else, so I thought that was super neat. I've only played a bit of Borderlands 3, and a little bit of 2, but that was years ago, so I barely remember, and I really enjoyed it, so one day I'll give the Vita version a good shot to see how it runs. I can't imagine it will run that well, but a bit of a novelty item at the least, and I'm glad to have a box for my Vita. Alright, next up, this was on Fangamer, and this was the Spelunky Special Edition. I did open this just because I was really curious about the insides, and there's also a plush of a pug in here, and that is my favorite breed of dog, so I had to look at it. And the game inside is still sealed. This is a game that I think goes on sale digitally quite often, so I might just keep the game sealed and then play it that way. and I don't mind double dipping on games, especially if I really like them. I'd rather give the developers my money. This was on sale on Fangamer though, I think for like $45, down from $70, I think it said, so that was an excellent deal in my opinion. And I know people love these games. The second one came out last year, haven't played that yet, but I don't have the time. There's too many games and not enough time. Alright, so this is one that I've actually had for like years now. I just forgot to put it in the other videos. There's the first video where I talked about what I already had. It's the Undertale Special Edition. This was also Fangamer, I believe. And Undertale is one of my favorite games of all time. I feel like it's kind of gotten a lot of flack over the years because of just being too popular, which is silly to me. But the Mother series is my favorite series of games of all time, so anything Mother inspired is pretty big for me and something that I'm super into. And I think Undertale is a very creative game. I think the music is excellent. Toby Fox is a mastermind in my opinion when it comes to everything to do with game design and just creativity in general. And if you have not played Undertale, I would definitely recommend it, at least trying it, because if nothing else, it's not like anything else you will ever play again. It's very unique. So definitely give Undertale a shot if you haven't, and this is one of my favorite games in my Vita collection. Alright, last bigger-ish box thing. Also, not a game, but got a PlayStation TV. And this was, I believe, like $120 when I got it, which, from what I could tell, is a pretty good price for a complete-in-box PlayStation TV. I mostly just wanted it because I thought it was more of a novelty than anything, but I thought it'd be cool to play certain things, like when I do decide to replay Persona 4 Golden for the Platinum Trophy and things like that. I thought it'd be fun to try it on the TV just for a different experience. And I like that you can use the DualShock 4 and 3 with it, so it's a neat little device. As far as I know, you can play PSP games on it too, since it's literally just the guts of a Vita and the PS1 classics and stuff, so it's a nice alternative. But since I'm personally more about playing portably, since that's what I like to do, this wasn't a necessity, more of just kind of a fun thing for the collection and something to mess around with once in a while. Alright, now we are into the normal-sized games. No more big boxes, but I got these over a variety of different ways through time. One of them I got from Walmart, actually, because that was the cheapest option, believe it or not. Some are from eBay, mostly locally, though. I'll go over, tried my best to remember and say what, because I think it's been at least 2 or 3 months since my last Vita pickup, so... And I don't write down what where I get things or anything like that, so this is all from memory, so I'll do my best, but I will save the best for last. Might not be the best in terms of rarity or price, but best for me personally, because I don't collect for rarity and price, I collect for me. Alright, so first up, I think this is the only one I forgot to take the price sticker off of, but this is Rayman Origins, and I got this one locally. It is an excellent 2D platformer. I grew up with the first Rayman, so it's exciting to play these kind of games and see how the series has evolved over time. I played Rayman 2, but I was definitely more into the 2D style growing up, and I have not played Legends yet, so that's probably next on my list, but this is another good game if you really like 2D platformers. Alright, next up, this is, I feel like, one of the most underrated games ever. This is a sealed copy of Cosmic Star Heroine. It is very Chrono Trigger-esque, in my opinion. It reminded me a lot of Chrono Trigger when I played through it. I played it through on the PlayStation 4 originally, and it has great music, great art style. The story's a little and I think that the character development's a little lacking in terms of what they were going for. I thought a lot of that just ended up being okay, but gameplay-wise, it's really good, and for a JRPG, it's short too, so if you're looking for a shorter JRPG to run through, but still have a good time, this is definitely one I would suggest. Alright, this is one I know nothing about. I got this recently. This was like only a week ago. This is Seven's Scarlet. I'm assuming it looks like a harem kind of dating sim slash visual novel, but it did come with some sealed art cards, which is kind of cool. And from what I could tell looking on eBay, this is a fairly uncommon game, so I would look out for this one if you guys could find it locally, or if you're into saving searches on eBay or anything like that. This is one that doesn't seem to come up too often, or if it does, it seems to be kind of expensive, so. Alright, so looking at this, looks like a lot of what I have next is all stuff, for the most part, that I got locally. So, if I don't say that I got locally, we can just assume that I did. Next up, this is Bitra Presents Runner 2, Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. This is one I haven't tried yet, but I want to because rhythm games are my second favorite genres right behind JRPGs. And just looking at the back of this game, it looks absolutely ridiculous. I am going to be a cheeseburger head main when I do decide to play this, so I'm looking forward to it. Alright, next two, I'll just show both of these at the same time since it's the same series, that kind of works out. So these are two of the Code Realize games. We have Guardian of Rebirth and Wintertide Miracles. I believe one of these, either that or the third one, was a PlayStation Plus game at one point, because I remember playing it and it being a visual novel, and at the time I really didn't like it, but I want to give it another shot. Just looking at these and looking at the art, I kind of like the way it looks. So these are ones I'm going to give another chance eventually, but I personally haven't dived too deep into them yet. If you could hear a dog barking, I'm sorry. Alright, so next up, Sword Art Online, The Lost Song. An okay game, honestly. I played the PS4 version with my sister for a little while, and neither of us are really that into it. But I think that I'll give it another shot on the Vita, just because sometimes, you know, things just kind of are more appealing depending on how you play them, in my opinion. Like, there's been times where I prefer to play games on the TV or portably, so I kind of want to try it portably just to see how I feel about it. Give it another shot. Alright, what's next? Next up, we got Mutant Mudds Deluxe. Now, I believe there's another version of this. I haven't looked too into it yet. I haven't played this one yet either, but it looks pretty cool. It seems to be kind of just like a puzzle-ish platformer. I'm believing just platformer. I've been told that these are great games though, and as far as I can tell, this is like the cheapest limited run game. So I guess if you want to get started on a limited run collection, this is probably a good one to start with because it's a Vita game, so already kind of uncommon, and it's really cheap. And it has really good reviews, so why not? Next up, Risk of Rain. The second one I know came out last year and people absolutely loved it. It looks fairly different than this because the second one is a 3D game and this looks 2D, so I'm curious to see how it has evolved. So it'd be fun to go back and kind of backtrack and see how this one plays compared to the new one. Alright, we're getting into Craig hasn't had time territory of a bunch of games I just haven't had time. So we got the Swindle, a steampunk cybercrime caper, which looks pretty interesting just based off of the artwork. I'm not huge on steampunk, but I do like cyberpunk. So if it's cybercrime, it might be interesting. I played Cyberpunk 2077 like a lot of people. I'm into a lot of those kind of movies and animes and shows and stuff, so anything cyber-like is usually down my alley, so I probably will enjoy this when I get time to it. This one actually is open. I don't know why I have it on a protector. I think it just came that way when I bought it from the store. But yeah, I know this another limited run, so, and I still haven't decided if I'm considering the limited runs for the set or not. I think I'm just going to. So my thing is, personally, what I'm counting for the set is if it has an ESRB logo. I think that's kind of a fair thing to assume it as a official release, because I kind of see it like, it's like then at that point, like every Play Asia release can count. I don't know, so I think it just kind of gets too convoluted, so that's the rule I'm going with, but I'm including limited run just for the fun of it. But if you have differing opinions, or if you think I'm an idiot for thinking that, let me know in the comments. Alright, next up, the Swapper. I know nothing about it, except for what it says on the back case, and this is one of the coolest artworks I think I've ever seen, so shout out to that. Good job to Facepalm Studios for making dope-ass cover art. Alright, so here's an interesting one. I actually got this at GameStop. It was the only Vita game they had, so I felt obliged to get it, and it was fairly cheap. It has X-Blaze Code Embryo. I recently played my first Blaze Blue game recently, actually, on the PS4 because it was on sale. And as far as I know, this is it's by the same developers. I know that much. It's Arc Systems and Arc Games, and I don't know. I mean, it seems to just be a, oh yeah, see, the behind, or The minds behind the BlazBlue series take a great pride in presenting a new story of the Azure. There we go, see? So I might like this. I probably not familiar enough with the BlazBlue series, honestly, to... God, my PS5 turned itself on again. My room is haunted. I probably not familiar enough to be able to understand to jump into this unless there's some sort of backstory thing. But over time, I'm starting to get more and more into visual novels anyway, so I think it'll be cool to check out. Alright, next up, we got Velocity 2X Critical Mass Edition. I absolutely love this artwork as well. I've actually watched many speedruns of this game, but I haven't played it myself, so I'm excited to try it out because it does look super fun. I don't think I'll speedrun myself because I know I won't be very good at it, but I do enjoy a good speedrun. So, and I have practiced speedrunning a little bit for some games I like. I'm not good enough to actually record or post anything, but shout out to the Fire Emblem Awakenings like 10-person community because that's a fun game to speedrun and nobody speedruns it, so I see you guys out there. Alrighty. So this is Valkyrie Drive Bihikuni. I'm 100% sure I said that wrong. But this looks like absolute weeb trash, and I definitely need to try one day just for that. Alright. 2 more. We got MLB The Show 14 and 12. 15 seems to be the one that's a bitch because it's just a download code that they put in a case, so they didn't make too many copies of it, but I have 2 out of the 4 at least, so it's something. I honestly don't have really any plans on playing these, I can't lie to you guys. I'm not a huge baseball fan, and usually if I play like old baseball games, it's stuff that's just kind of more basic, like trying to think of the name of it, Baseball Stars on like Neo Geo Pocket Color, and like just kind of like weird old stuff like that, but nobody cares about the Neo Geo Pocket Color, so. Alright, another one I'll never play, Madden 13. It's not gonna happen, but I mean, that's not true. I'll probably try it eventually. It's the only Madden and only football game on the Vita, and it has bonus content. So it could be something interesting. Look at that. Little Big Planet for the Vita. Little Big Planet is fantastic for anyone that hasn't played it yet. I played the PS3 version. I'm assuming this is just a straight port, but I don't actually know. I mean, from the looks of it, it seems to be that. And I've also been told the Platinum Trophy on it is a bitch, so I'm never going to try to even look at the trophies for this. But I played a good amount of Sackboy Big Adventure on the PS5, and I had a really good time with that, so it's kind of giving me the itch to go back to old Little Big Planet just to kind of wrap my mind around the changes they made, because the series has definitely changed a lot over time. Alright, so the next 3 I got, all Lego. Lego Harry Potter, Lego Ninjago Nindroids, and Batman 2 DC Superheroes. All Lego games are good. They're all kind of the same, but they're all a good time. I've never had a bad experience with a Lego game, and I don't think anybody ever has. They're all kind of the same, just kind of focused around whatever you're in the mood to experience. I played a lot of the Star Wars ones growing up, so these are good, just kind of shut off your mind and zone out, fun kind of games. So if you've never played a Lego game, definitely recommend. Alright, 4 more for the I got these locally category, and the first one I have right here is Jak and Daxter collection. So I've played Jak 1 and Jak 2. Had an amazing time back in the day. I have not played them since I was a child, though. I've never played Jak 3, so I'd like to actually try that in this. I've heard some mixed opinions on the quality of this port, but I also have the PS3 version, so maybe if this isn't too good, I'll just not play it portably. But I would like to experience Jak 3 eventually, so I'll at least try it through this collection. Now we have Demo the Last Recital. This one looks really interesting. The back of the case really doesn't say really what the game is, so it's hard to tell, but it does have some really beautiful art, so I'm interested to see how this one goes. From what I can tell on the back, it looks like is kind of, I don't know if it's a rhythm game or a visual novel or a little bit of both. It kind of looks like it'd be both. So if you've played this one, let me know because I'm interested, but I would like to know if I should prioritize it or just get around to it eventually. So if you've played this and you're like, hey, yeah, that's a must play, let me know. Alright, last one we got from Double Fine, our Psychonauts boys, Broken Age. This one also looks pretty neat. It's a new adventure game by Tim Schafer, of course, and not much else to say. Can't lie. Adventure games are always a good time. I have to be in the mood for them, so I don't know if I'll get around to it anytime soon. But if I do play an adventure game anytime soon, it'll probably be Day of the Tentacle, because that's been on my backlog for a while, and it just looks silly and cheesy, and I love that kind of stuff. Alright, so last up we have a couple of online ordered ones, and it's a small section because I'm trying to do mostly locally, and I'm happy that I was able to get all that stuff locally, like within the last couple of months, and most of it was at the same store, which is kind of cool because you just don't find Vita stuff. So here's the stuff that I ordered online. So this one, I bought it specifically because of how stupid I thought it looked, and I saw the reviews and it got bombed. So now I'm really excited to try it, and that's Drive Girls. It is a cutesy anime girl fighting game where they turn into cars, and nothing sounds stupider, more down my alley than that. So I'm really looking forward to this one, because who comes up with this stuff? Okay, this one seems so cool, and I'm very excited to play it. There's so many games to play. But this one, another Atlas title, is Lost Dimension. Seems to be a fairly hard one to find as well. I don't know, this also came out on the PS3, they both seem pretty hard to find though. But this is a RPG, like Among Us, honestly, is the best way to put it. So what it is every time you play, you're on a crew with some people, but every time, I believe there's 2 or 3 traders on the ship with you, and every time who it is random. So each playthrough in terms of that is different, but I love that concept, and I love RPGs, and I love Atlas, and being able to have a fresh experience every time where you're going after someone different and you don't even know about it, I think that's really cool. So this one, still sealed because I'm just going to keep it sealed so I decide to play it, or I might just download a digital copy to double dip and keep this one sealed because I think this is going to be a really hard one to find one day. But yeah, this one seems really cool, and if you like RPGs or Among Us, or both, like me, this definitely seems like something to at least try out. And when I looked online, it seems like people really like this, and this seems to be a hidden gem. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this one, even though I haven't played it yet. I just know I'll like it. Alright, this was another Amazon Rewards points one, like my Utuwabawa Maru one, and this was Shrine of the Wanderer. I know this recently came out on the Switch, a physical copy, and it definitely looks like a Zelda clone, but I wouldn't say that's a bad thing, because who doesn't like old Zelda? And I really like the artwork for this one as well. Lots of pretty colors and pastels and stuff, and I'm just a sucker for a nice shade of pink. So this is another one. But it's like I haven't even played every important Zelda. I have shamefully never finished A Link to the Past, so I need to start playing their Zeldas before I play the Zelda clones. This one was actually a $5 brand new copy from Square Enix's own store for, what was it? For Black Friday, they did an online sale, and they had a bunch of stuff like super cheap, so I got this and a couple of PS3 games that I wanted, but like $5 with shipping for a brand new Vita game, and can't go wrong. Even though it doesn't look that great, it looks interesting, but definitely not really down my alley. It seems to be kind of on the RTS side from what I can tell, which also this just seems like a weird game for Square to make. I don't know if they made this. It looks like they did though, so, because I don't see any other developer logos on here, it's just Square, so I guess they made and published this. Weird. Okay, last one. This is the Vita game. This is my second favorite game of all time after playing it. I played the PS4 remaster, so that's technically my favorite version, but I have played the Vita version as well, and I do still love it, so I had to get a sealed perfect copy. I plan on getting it graded eventually, hate it or love it, I wanted to do that. But we have Gravity Rush. I think Gravity Rush is possibly the most underrated and underloved series of all time. I think that cat is an excellent protagonist. I think it's the best superhero game ever made. I think it's criminal how bad this game has done over the years, and that Sony's neglected it because it has so much potential even outside of games. They've proven it could work in anime and comics and everything else, and the story in this game is okay. I'll say that. It's a lot more kind of present in the second game. The story just isn't the main focus of this. The main focus really is the gameplay and the challenges, which are super fun. Mastering gravity shifting and Gravity Rush is one of the most satisfying feelings you'll get from playing any game ever, in my opinion. And I really would, I plead everybody to try this game at least, because I might overhype it for you, and that's okay. I think you'll at least have a unique experience that you'll never get with any other game. You might be a little frustrated at first with controlling gravity. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you get used to it, I would equivalent the rush of landing amazing gravity tricks in this and in Gravity Rush 2 with the same satisfying feeling you get from throwing Kratos' axe in God of War 2018. So, Gravity Rush, my second favorite game of all time, for all of you that don't know me that well. And if you do know me that well, you've been waiting for me to shut up for the last 2 minutes talking about this game. But yes, I had to get a perfect copy of this. I needed it for myself. I would love to get one for the PS4 version as well. It's just a little bit too expensive for my blood at the moment. But yes, very special game to me. And I really do love Cat and Dusty and Raven and all the characters. And I love Gravity Rush, so yeah. So, part 3. It took a little while, and it's much longer looking at the time now than the other versions of this series I've done. And by others, I mean 2, because there was a third one I filmed months ago. And actually, the reason I'm doing this and why it's so big is because half the games actually were in another version of a video I was doing for this that got lost. So there's some Craig's Game Room lost media for you. The files got corrupted. So that's that. And I don't know when the next Vita pickup will be because I don't have anything on the docket. Haven't found anything locally. Who knows when that'll change though. And I will try to just be better about uploading onto the channel because I have this channel and I don't really utilize it that much, even though I have a lot of ideas. It's just hard to get myself going sometimes because it's like, I love talking about games, but I also love playing games. So when I have the free time, I usually just want to play games. But I do appreciate you all watching, and if you got to the end, Godspeed, because I just rambled for half an hour about random video games I bought over the last few months. So if you, for some reason, enjoy this, feel free to subscribe. If you like what I do, leave a like. If you have anything to say about any of the games, any pros or cons, go ahead and comment them down below. If you have any video suggestions or have anything else in my collection you would maybe like me to cover at some point, let me know. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care.